Aloha cupcakes. My fellow Americans, we have had a great something. There were things and stuff, and people are doing things, also stuff. And in these trying times, it's important that we all stay moist. Get enough of that. Yeah, I know, there was an election. It's a big deal. And I downplay it 100% because maybe we haven't met. Maybe you don't understand who I am. I don't think you realize that while it appears that I speak English, my primary language is sarcasm. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry. I know that they look very similar. I understand that. They're not. They're quite different, as a matter of fact. That being said, ooh, corporate talk. Ooh, proactive. You must be proactive for something and have a commitment to excellence or whatever. We're not doing that. However, this video is in regards to my last video. I think it's my last video. I hope it's my last video. I don't think I've uploaded anything else. It's the chisel brush video, which I will put in the... Does it go on that side? If I am pointing at the right side, put in the comments that I pointed at the right side, because I don't think I did. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to try. I'm going to post that video up. The last video has resulted in some conversations with some of the paint manufacturers, some of the brush manufacturers, and a couple of dudes that really are just a lot cooler than they probably should be to me. So I'm going to be doing some work with some other people, and I'm going to actually be doing some collaboration with them in order to make these things happen. The first one that I'm working with is going to be a how-to guide for just basic pinstriping, all of it. Okay, so we're talking about just getting the paint out of the bottle, getting your brush to palette it out, and how to palette it out. And yes, I know I did one of those videos before, but like one with details versus like the way I talk. So I'll have like factual information, and I'll actually research the correct terminology for things other than just saying things and stuff. Although many of you seem to understand me just fine when I'm just talking about things and stuff. So, you know, I guess I can articulate it for those of you who need to actually have words, and that's fine. I'll do it. I don't mind. Then I probably actually know most of the words. I just choose not to use them because they sound stupid. They probably are stupid when you really think about it. Just the same, I'm going to use correct terminology, and I'm going to try to actually educate you on some things. But before I do that, I need to know what you don't know. So, and yes, I'm directing this at beginners who don't know what they don't know. Just the same, I want to hear your questions. So even if you don't know what you don't know, I want you to ask questions so that you can know something other than what you don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Those. So yes, there are questions when it comes to brush trimming, and when I look at a paintbrush and I trim that paintbrush to work, I don't really think about it. So I don't have like a talk track around that. So the reality is that I don't know what your question would even be, because to me, it's just nature to do it. So it's a lot easier for me to describe what it is that I'm doing in a way that answers the questions that you have if I know what the questions you have are before I even start. Does that make sense? Yes, I'm asking rhetorical questions to a camera. Again, put the questions in the comments so that I know what it is that you need work with or help with, or whatever it is that I can answer. I would like to know what the question is so that I can answer it. I think that's the 11th time I said that now, just in different formats. I'm getting good at this, right? Circular talk. It's fine. Just ask the questions that you have in terms of pinstriping. Now, yes, there's a lot of other questions that are involved when it comes to like paint recipes, reducers versus mineral spirits. The bane of my existence lately. So yeah, that. I am going to be working primarily with Alpha 6 paint for the first couple of videos, because I'm going to leave the urethanes for a specific urethane video, because urethane has to be handled very differently than you do with enamel. Well, not very differently. There are different things you can do with urethane that makes it a little easier to work with, and then there are certain things that enamel is easier to work with, and I'm going to try to go over the differences. So there will be some pinstriping videos that are beginner basic stuff. There's some intermediate stuff. I've got scheduled 3 total videos that I'm working on just what the content for them needs to be, but I'm really looking for your Q&A on this one. So questions and answers. That's what Q&A stands for, by the way. I shouldn't have to clarify that, but here we are. I know, because someone is like, what is Q&A? What is it? Do I buy it? No. It's questions and answers, which means that you ask questions and I answer them. See? Yay, magic. Utilizing the principles of FM in its full capacity. If you want to know what the principles of FM, I can't say that on here because it's pretty sure you can cuss on here, right? Can you? Like, I don't think I do it all the time. Actually, I think I've been pretty good about that. I don't think I've cussed in any of the videos. I might have. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look. Or you can go back and look because I don't feel like checking. Just the same, the principles of FM, I can direct message you if that's something that you haven't figured out by now. Starts with an F. The other word starts with an M. It's condescending. Enough of that. So the second set of videos that I'm working with, and this is because I'm also working with a different paint manufacturer, is going to it's going to revolve around the notion of me painting something from base to clear coat. And in the middle of it, there will be pearls, there will be metal flakes, there will be... I think the candy's going to go in there somewhere, I'm assuming. I don't know exactly what products I have to work with. I know what I have here physically to work with. And when it comes to like things being sponsored, I'm pretty sure I have to use like exclusively like whatever it is that they've got, which is fine. I'm also doing another one for a different one. So there will be just one metal flake video, a different one for the same one for another one. And then there was another one with something. And then there was a thing. Basically, I'm going to make a couple of videos where I'm going to talk about how I spray things down. One of them is going to be supported by a paint manufacturer. The other one is just going to be me hopefully answering all the questions that I didn't get to in the first video. That probably made more sense that way. I'm not editing that out. I'm way too lazy for that. I barely put any... After last month, me posting a video every day, I've got a very different workflow, and I'm not bothering to edit things anymore because like whatever weird, goofy thing that I do that's embarrassing and probably should get edited out, I'm way too lazy to sit there and figure it out. And then like my ego is like to just delete all of it and then start over. And then, because as far as I'm concerned, all of it is goofy, awkward, and unnecessary. So if I start editing out everything that I think I did wrong, I would edit out all of it. So yeah, not doing it. So you could suffer through this. I'm not going to apologize for it. So for that video, I will be adhering to a couple of rules that I've set for myself. One of them is that I'm only going to be using spray guns from Harbor Freight. I'm also going to be using a spray booth that is basically a rack shelf and cardboard with some duct tape on it. That's my spray booth, by the way. It's not like I'm building a new spray booth. It's literally the one that I've been using. And it's just because it works. I needed something that would fit in the spot that I have where the window is so that I could run vents. And that's what works. That's how I built it. That's what I'm using. So I won't be using any fancy guns, so we're not even going to have to worry about what it's like to spray a good one. I did pick up a couple new ones over at Harbor Freight. It's amazing what $100 gets you over there. And yes, I know that they're disposable. I'm pretty sure I won't even be able to take them apart to clean them when I'm done. But they're for like $30. Like I got a detail gun, and I think it was like $40 for the mid-tier or the higher tier HLVP, the top feed, whatever. I don't know, they're both purple. So I got two of those. And then I was thinking about getting one of the airbrushes, but I'm pretty sure I can get away with not. I don't know, maybe we'll see what happens when I get closer to knowing what kind of paints I'm working with to see how much reducing I'm going to have to use to get it in an airbrush. If I can do it, and I mean, because it was like $12 for an airbrush. I don't know about like the hoses and everything for it, but I was like, dude, because my Grex airbrush was like $300, and I think my Grex spray guns were between $3 and $5. So the idea of being able to buy multiples for under $100 when singles have cost, $400 or $500 at times. I kind of want to do this one just to prove the point. Okay, that's what I'm doing with that one. But that's another thing. So if you have questions about spraying anywhere from primer to clear coat involving just urethanes, because I think I'm going to stick with urethanes for the next two paint jobs. I found lacquer, but I don't have enough resources when it comes to the lacquer for me to be able to do like from start to finish kind of thing. I can only use it for like mid coats and base coats, which is fine if I do wood furniture. So I thought about that. I mean, it might work for the skateboards even. You know what? I'll test that. I'll get back to you on that one. If I can spray lacquer on the skate decks and it actually works out to where I can just hit it with a couple coats of clear coat, maybe we can do a spray lacquer video. But for the most part, I think it's going to be just urethanes because that's the paint manufacturers that I'm working with. But I need to know what you don't know before I start working with it. Yes, metal flakes are going to be a thing. I'm going to do both dry flake and I'm going to spray them. And that's just because they're vastly different techniques involved in them. So ask your questions about that as well, because the last time that I had to actually just shake flakes, I didn't buy it. I stole a one of those things that has like the chili flakes when you go to a pizza place, those little shakers. I took one of those, dumped all the chili flakes out and filled it with glitter, and I've been using that for dry flaking. I will get a more proper apparatus of some sort. I don't know what. I haven't dry flaked in a while. And then I'll go over what the difference of like the flake blasters and stuff like that are. I've got a couple that I'm working with. I may just buy one of the Flake Kings and just use one of those. But just the same, whatever your questions are for when it comes to metal flaking, paint mixes, paint ratios, what type of paints, all that kind of stuff, by all means fire off those questions, because I'm going to try to work with that into the video. Because ultimately, when it comes to spraying things down, that is literally the most boring thing in the world to watch playback on. So when I go to do my voiceovers, it's like, well, you see, you have sprayed the layer of paint over. And then you sprayed a layer of paint over. And then you spray a layer of paint over. So yeah, if I have questions to answer, that's going to be a whole lot better than me actually just describing what we're watching, because it's going to be boring for both of us. So ask your questions. That's realistically all this video is about. I need your questions on pinstriping, spraying, and just general life questions, because those are fun to answer in the middle of like things, especially if I can tag you. Oh yeah, that's the other one. So whenever it is that you're asking questions, give me your user ID so I can actually tag you. Like, so like when I post the video, like I did blah, 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 and then tag your question is answered at whatever timestamp. I mean, yes, I would prefer it if you just watch the whole video from start to finish, but believe me, if you have a simple question, it's a lot easier for me to just tag you and timestamp it. Like I think it's easier for both of us. I don't know, because otherwise I send it to your inbox and I'm like, good luck. Okay, bye, make good choices. And then I don't know, maybe I answered it, maybe I don't. I never get any feedback on those, so do that. So I think this video is way longer than I expected it to be, way longer than it needs to be, and yeah, oodles of fun. Welcome to November. Let's just see how America does, right? Let's hope for the best. Okay, let's do that. Let's not berate each other. Let's just hope that we all do better, and let's try to learn new skills. Okay, so if you're somebody who remembers the video about doing the thing, I still am expecting you to go do the thing. So whatever your idea is, whatever it is that you are trying to, whatever that nagging desire to go do something is, flesh it out, figure it out, work on it. Try to figure out a way that it is productive, make it fun, and by all means, send me your ideas. I would love to hear it. I would love to see what you're doing, your projects. A few of you guys have been sending them to me along the way, and oh my goodness, I have some amazing friends. I would like to see more of the amazingness of my friends, okay? Even if we don't know each other and you're not my friend, be my friend and then send me whatever projects you're working on, because it's usually pretty cool. So that's where we should be. That we should just be working on helping each other be better and grow as humans. I think that's an easier and more fun job for us to have. So let's do that. By all means, comments, emails, messages, hit me on all of the other socials, wherever it is that you can send info to me so I can see what kind of cool stuff you're working on. Open fire, send it to me. I want to hear it. So, till the next video, stay moist, my friends.